Hi everyone! We are cooking right now, and Jeff and I are in the process of creating one of our favorite meals, Cajun shrimp and grits that we had at one of our favorite restaurants in Flagler Beach. So I was going to show you the recipe I found online that had the closest to what I believe we ate. And we got some mushrooms and onions sweating over here and some avocado oil. We have some grits that were being cooked, sorry about that, grits being cooked in heavy cream, some chicken stock, salt and pepper. And I think that is it at the moment. Jeff's still working on those grits over there. They're looking good. Now the recipe, now that that mushroom and those onions have sweated down enough, those onions are starting to become translucent, it wants me to add a pint of heavy cream. This is going to be a very fattening dish. But it's going to be a very homey, comforting dish. I'm just going to grab the last few ingredients and add them, and then I'll tell you what they were. So what I added to this Cajun cream sauce after the heavy whipping cream is some Cajun seasoning, which I call for 2 tablespoons, grated Parmesan cheese, and I think that was it at that. After that, and now I have to make a slurry with some cornstarch and water just to thicken this up. Alright, so the recipe called for, I think, like 20 fresh shrimps with no tails, deveined and no shells. And I had them just sitting in the fridge on some paper towels to get any extra liquid out of them. Now they're in the pan, and we are cooking them in butter and some blackened seasoning mix. We're using Xanarais, and we're going to cook this up, and then we're going to add some diced tomatoes to it, and then we're going to put it all together. Looks amazing, smells amazing. Made one huge mess between Jeff and I. Woo! Look at all that. Those shrimp are starting to cook up beautifully. And you're waiting for those tails to start curling, and now I'm going to turn that heat down just a little bit. You're supposed to add a little bit more mushroom at this point. I added extra mushroom into my cream sauce just to save myself a step. It's been a long day. We're just really hungry, and we really love this dish, and we really hope it turns out the way we remember it from that restaurant. So the shrimp looks just about done. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat, add those diced tomatoes and stir it all in, and then go ahead and plate it all up. Alright, here's the finished product. On top, I garnished it with some pickled onion, as the recipe did call for, and it gave me the recipe for the pickled onion. I made that earlier, put it in the fridge because it said to let it sit for a few hours, and I will put that recipe also in the description. Alright, Jeff gets first serving, and he's going to critique his lady's recreation of our favorite meal. So why don't you give it a try, Jeff, and tell me how close I did, how good this recipe was.
Very good. Smells great. Tastes good. I'll try a little bit of onion on there. Add tomato on the other side bite.
It's very hot. Very hot. Now we tried this in Flagler Beach at the Funky Pelican, right?
Yes.
And the Funky Pelican was a restaurant that was on the beach and overlooked the ocean, and it was a very beautiful day when we went that day, and they are well known for this recipe, and they serve it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Yep.
So we thought, since it was a wonderful weekend, a wonderful memory, and we really enjoyed our time there overlooking the ocean and the lifeguards and watching the people, like, it's a great place if you can go to. It's right there on the Flagler Beach Pier.
Yep.
And like I said, they're famous for this. And I haven't tasted the shrimp, but I can tell you the cream sauce and the grits.
Tastes good.
Tastes amazing.
Yep.
And they're so creamy. It reminds me very much of what we had there. I think theirs was a little spicier because I did back off the spices a little bit, but it still has a nice hit. One thing Jeff and I like to do is just recreate meals.
Yep.
From our childhood. He shares recipes, I share recipes from our travels. And then we just try to recreate them and we change them up a little bit. We don't always do everything exactly, do things to our liking.
Yep.
And like I said, I did a few variations to this meal.
Yep.
But it really does bring back the memory of sitting on the beach. The first time we ate this meal. Oh, we met some people from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
See how food brings back memories, right? That's funny. I'm gonna try one of these shrimps. I hate eating on camera, but I do it for you all. That shrimp actually cooked up really well.
It did. Cooked very well.
Another minute or two, it would definitely have been overcooked. Perfect. I put that Cajun season on there, but I put a lot less than it called for.
Yeah,
I just don't want my meal to be overpowered with too much heat.
You'll make it.
I like the flavors so I can taste the Parmesan cheese and the
Right.
mushroom and the onion and the pickled onion on top makes it perfect. What do you think?
Everybody can taste it the way they can flavor it the way they need to flavor it. But
And it tastes really good.
It's awesome.
It tastes very
absolutely.
very much like what we had. Like I said, I can taste subtle differences, but not enough to feel like. But definitely when we would recreate again, maybe every 6 months, it's a fattening meal. There ain't nothing
But it's
all that
good.
heavy whipping cream, but it's good. And I'm gonna sit and enjoy, and Jeff's gonna sit and enjoy. I hope this inspires you all to make your own version of this, or make this version of it. I'm gonna put that, like I said, I'll put the, I was gonna say the directions. See, my mind ain't working. The recipe
It is
in
a
the
direction.
description, so you can try it. And if you try it and you do a different variation, or if you already cook a variation of this, please share the recipe with us. Or if there's a meal that you would like us to recreate from your childhood because you love it so much, let us know. We'll recreate
We'll try
it.
it.
We'll try it. As long as it's not snails, because you ain't gonna get this girl to use snail. And Jeff can't have salmon or certain fishes in his diet because of his kidney issues and stuff that he has. But other than that, we're pretty game. Pretty game. I'm just gonna say that question mark because I'm sorry. There are certain things that I'm not gonna eat. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like
Jeff's
it.
more adventurous than me, and I have two boys that are very adventurous with their food, but definitely not me.
Yeah, you don't like
No.
my breakfast stuff.
Mm-mm. And like I said, you can have this breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Throw an egg on the side because you had it for breakfast when
Yep.
we were in Flagler Beach. We went for breakfast, and I had like a spinach omelet.
Yep.
And he ate this, and believe me or not, I pushed my omelet off to the side, and I helped him eat his meal because I was just so in love with it. And again, I found this recipe. We're here in Wisconsin, and I found this recipe when I went to look on it in the Wisconsin Journal in Green Bay. And we're in the Wisconsin Dells, and someone from there had gone
Yep.
and fell in love with it and asked for the recipe. They published the recipe with like, I think they didn't put like exactly what seasonings they use. They just suggested using your own seasonings that you're used to, and that's what I would use what you're used to. But again, I would say this is a thumbs up.
Oh yeah.
I've had many fails. It's a mess. We made a mess, and we have a mess, And I wasn't looking forward to that, but it was well worth it because it is amazing.
Does that mean you're cleaning?
That means we're cleaning because we have to pack up all of this tonight because they're calling for rain tomorrow. And we pull out of here Saturday morning, and I don't want all my stuff wet. So it is what it is, and we have to do what we have to do, and I'm sure we're going to not be happy to do it. So thanks for tuning in.
If you like the content, please like, share, and become a subscriber. And you'll see that I stumble over words all the time. Thanks for watching.